Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's remastered, it's Speed and Soulkey in one heck of a match sent to me by RJB for your Patreon cast of the week. It's going to be on Ascension. Might have already said that. Left side, it's a blue Terran player. It is 10-minute Flash, otherwise known as Speed. And on the right side, it is our guy, Soulkey, current BONJWA as of 2025 in the StarCraft Brood War scene. Keyword A, Byuk, keyword A, Speed are the names that are going under here. Speed is super fast. He can mimic Flash's speed for 10 minutes, and then it goes down from there. Maybe he's been working on it. Maybe now it is 15-minute Flash. Have to ask RJB about that one. So again, this is going to be a Patreon cast. For those of you who are supporting me at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. If you are, I appreciate you. I love you, especially these days when I'm trying to be a full-time streamer, paying the mortgage, feeding the kids, paying the heating bill and the internet bill with donations and income from Twitch and YouTube and from Patreon, from viewers like you. So if you're watching this the week of February the 20th, 2025, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You are helping to keep StarCraft alive in 2025. And if you are watching this later, consider supporting me at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. And hit that like button and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Woo! So, no proxies here. We got ourselves a nice little wall up the front on Ascension with a barracks and a supply depot. Hatch first in it. Here is Soulkey at 11 supply. Junk 11 hatch. As is the meta these days and has been for a couple of years now. And well, maybe a lot of years now. Are we scouting? Are we scouting Speed? And a TVZ these days on Ascension, I've cast like 3 or 4 games where the Terran player goes mech. So we will see if Speed here likes mech against Zerg on this map, especially against Soulkey. He knows that this is Soulkey, man. Scouting the right way on this 3-player map, seeing the hatch first, seeing it's safe to expand. And the Overlord says, yeah, this is an expansion build based on where that barracks is. Gas coming up. And what's it going to be? What's going to be with this gas? Fast factory? Maybe an academy and a fast, fast stim, or an engineering bay and a fast +1? We will have to see what we're going to do with this gas here. And lining it up very nicely after that supply depot finishes, the SCV just goes right over and does a second command center. That was smooth, Speed. 100 gas. Bam. Immediately into lair. Second 100 gas. Into metabolic boost here. Overlord says, is there no barracks here? No weird proxies? No proxy factory? Just checking. Just checking indeed here, Soulkey. I'm excited to see how Speed is going to try to slow down Soulkey here. And he's good with vultures, so... it is going to be a factory here with this early gas. Mech, 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 mech. Say all of my Terran subscribers. Mech is, I don't know, is a little bit more effective than SK Terran here. Well, it depends on when the game ends, right? SK Terran is effective until Dark Swarm and Plague shows up. And then, bam, you're at a disadvantage there. But until then, there's a lot of speed, a lot of firepower. And I think that just the goal is to defeat the Zerg player before the Hive Tech comes out, right? Sniping the SCV and then throwing down a Spire at 4 minutes and 8 seconds. A little bit late, but that's A-okay. And another factory here. What the heck? I have to ask RJB why. Why TVZ on Ascension is mech-based? I have no idea. I guess because, like, could put tanks here and fire over the wall into the main base. Put tanks here and just, pressure the natural base. I guess there are a lot of tank perching spots and good places to put siege tanks. And again, Speed likes vultures. So we will see what he does with these vultures here today. What did this Overlord see to know that we need a sunken colony? I mean, he's right. because there is a vulture there, but this Overlord was not in a position to see that. Just safety here from Soulkey and just getting it right. These two vultures, can you get one vulture past? That is the question here from Speed. It says, no. There's a Sunken. There are Lings to block. While the Sunken punches my undercarriage. Engineering Bay to help with the Mutalisks that are certainly coming here. Charon boost to help with the Mutalisks that are certainly coming here. And a +1 attack for the same reason. So these vultures are out here, effectively preventing Soulkey from getting a third base. Until the Mutalisks show up. Got ourselves Burrow. Just in case it's a little bit of a drop with vultures inside the main base. No Sunken here, and then bam. Burrow. Who did that? Who did that? Against vultures. I want to say it was maybe Action on a game that I cast a week ago. Or so. So yeah, Burrow's a good way to protect your drones from vultures. And a little bit of a Ling Muta pressure here on the front door. No Charon boost yet. But the ground attack is good for these Goliaths, sending the Zerglings away. Third base up the right side here at 6.5 minutes. Bam, says Soulkey. +1 attack here for these Mutalisks on the way. It will not be here soon, but it will be here eventually. Yeah, sure. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic time out there. Whenever you're watching this, March 2025, February 2025, whatever it is. Hope you're enjoying the channel. We've got some amazing, amazing stuff out here from our guy, Speed. We're running up on the 10-minute mark. Again, his macro, his micro can keep up with it for 10 minutes, but then he gets to third base. Things get a little bit too complicated. The Zerg player starts sending a lot more Mutalisks. They've got upgrades. It gets tougher. And he can't quite pull off the Flash impersonation anymore. Evolution Chamber. No sign of dropships yet. Based on the starport timing, I imagine this is going to be straight up for science vessels to assist the mech in detecting things like lurkers, getting an irradiate off at a group of mutas, etc., etc. Do you even want to try to irradiate a group of Soulkey mutas? I don't know. I don't know if you even want to do that. All right, diving into the main, diving out of the main. Engineering Bay is an easier thing to kill, says the mutas. And just kidding, all the Goliaths in the world showed up. And by that, there's 8. There's 8 here. Macro Hatch is running. Drones, Overlords, cool. Hydra Den getting fired up. Like I said, lurkers are probably going to be a part of this thing. Having science vessels, having ComSat stations, going to be really, really important stuff. There's the science facility. There's the second armory for further upgrades. Killing the eggs just so we don't accidentally misclick on those things when we're trying to defend our base. Seems like a fine idea. And so far, all is well, I'd say, on both sides. Zerg player's happy. Got a big group of mutas with +1 attack. Can deal with vultures in a pretty fantastic way. There's the Burrow. There's the Burrow. Kills one of the drones because I think he took a hit before he burrowed. If you take a hit when you're burrowed, you actually unburrow. So I think that hit came in as the drone was in the act of burrowing. Not quite there yet. And it popped back up. That's a really interesting interaction we don't see much of. We don't see a lot of burrow in these games. We don't see a lot of attacks on burrowed units in these games either. Especially not from vultures. So pretty cool. Carapace upgrade coming in. Just really going heavy on Mutalisks right now. Really, a flyer Carapace. Getting upgrades from mutas too, obviously. For Hydras too, obviously. And for the mutas, I've been talking about that nonstop. Fourth base coming in for the Zerg. And third base getting set up here by Speed. Goliath kiting. Really important here. Yeah, losing a Mutalisk there in exchange for a missile turret and an SCV. Fairly annoying stuff. More Goliaths coming up to defend this SCV, who was sent out. Hey, what happened to the previous SCV who done went over here, boss? And the answer is, well, he got murdered by Mutalisks. So, just like your buddies here on the net. I think that was a drop ship. They got picked off. That hurts. Mutas are dying. There's a really injured one there, too. Mutas being produced. Not enough for a full 11 stack here, but that's okay. That's all right from Soulkey. Fourth base, good. Any sign of hive tech from our man? No, definitely not. Soulkey's not interested in it at all. Jump, jump, jump. Dive, dive, dive. 10 mutas, though. Vultures on the run out. Very fast. Trying to get into one of these bases, but there are hydras and sunkens everywhere, except for this base that isn't done yet, and there are no drones to kill. Anyway, going for a run by. Oh, I like this a lot. You look like it a lot. Oh, deep into the main base. This is a burrow situation, and there we go. There's the burrow. Where's the comsat? Where's the comsat scan? He doesn't have comsats. Oh, I mean, it's lost mining time, but it's not dead drones, which is definitely worse. Look at this. One kill vulture. I'm not even sure what that is. The drones go back to work. This vulture gets a drone kill, dies. That's about it. That's all you're getting, boys. Worker count is 41 for Soulkey, getting a 5th base up at the 12 o'clock spawn location. Yeah, this is the spawn location for the top side of the map. It's a 3-player map. We all know that one. So wide open areas in the middle here. A little bit of high ground position. Again, good for tank positioning here on the middle of the map. It is Ascension. We know that. This vulture, just trying to be active with the vultures, man. That's all. He's got 0 kills. He's dead. These vultures, oh, they're transferring from the 3rd base to the 4th base, and they had to burrow to stay safe, and they did. That's so nice to see. It's nice to see a Zerg player commander who loves his drones and wants them to be alive, so he gives them burrow as a gift. Spider Mines getting researched here now. Ventral Sax is on the way. How do we deal with a meching Terran? Drops. Generally. Sometimes queens. There's no queen's nest from Soulkey. He's maybe not believing in the power of queens in this matchup. So it's Hydra and it's Muta. If the Mutas can pick off the siege tanks, then the Hydras can trade pretty well against these Goliaths, especially if they have a little bit of lurker support, which they don't, because I don't think we've seen the lurkers come through. There's your queen's nest. Okay. So we're probably going to try to make queens to wipe out these tanks. It's going to be a tricky engagement. Free Overlord is free, because there are so many Goliaths. It is a very Goliath-heavy composition here from Speed. Factory count, 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. Loving that 12 o'clock base. Loving that 5th base. Expand extra against meching Terran players. Against an SK Terran player, it's tough to keep them away from this. They're fast. They are agile. They will get dropships out. They will cause you problems. But against a meching Terran, he just kind of wants to sit home for a minute. Can't move out or the Mutos will destroy his natural base and his 3rd base. And his main if you let him do it enough. But as it stands, this is a lot of stuff from Soulkey. Finally getting him some comsat scans out. Scans here, sees the Queen's Nest, sees an Evolution Chamber getting fired up. And Gamete Meiosis is on the way. Cool. So we're getting Queen Energy upgrade. Then we're going to make some queens. We're going to research Spawn Broodling. And let's see if we can get this thing done. Soulkey's queens. Can they do it? What a great match this is. I hope we get a matchup between these two guys in SSL 2 whenever that happens. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be really fun to see Speed give it a try. I mean, everybody needs to give it a try against Soulkey right now. He's the BONJWA. Nobody's really favored here. Hydras jumping down. Up into a little narrow choke like that. Not exactly what they want to do. There are a couple tanks back here after all. Upgrades are +2/+1 for the mech. The Hydras are at +1/+0. Mutas are at +1/+1. And a +2 Carapace as well. Hydra's working on a +2 attack. It's been a pretty passive game for the first 13 minutes so far. Hydras, lurkers. No lurkers. It's mutas. My brain just wants to say Hydra lurkers so bad, but it's not what's happening here. 11 queens getting fired up. 11 queens. He's timing it so they make now, and then as they're getting their energy, he's researching Spawn Broodling. Watch. That Gamete Meiosis is going to finish. He's going to time it so he's got 150 energy on these queens when Spawn Broodling finishes. I imagine that's what he's going for. That said, the man is not getting Spawn Broodling. Unless he already did, which I don't know that he did. It's not that long of an upgrade. Did I miss it? 13, 14 mutas in production now. It is Hydra Muta all day. And that is it from Soulkey here at 14 minutes. Finally, on the move out is Speed, sieging up the tanks to try to fight these Hydralisks. Big hits on the Hydras. They're taking splash damage. They're dying. Their friends are dying. So many Mutalisks. I think he's just going to jump on this thing with all of the mutas. all the 1-1 mutas and try to just win. Try to snipe down the siege tanks and then let the Hydras deal with the rest. Even supply. Mech's going to be cost efficient here. Is he going to come deal with this? He's kind of picking off reinforcements as they try to join the party here, but these siege tanks, what did I say about this high ground spot? It's tough. It is a tough situation. That's got to be it. Just these high ground positions. The mutas do dive bomb in here on top of the Goliaths. The mutas are taking hits, but there are so many of them. I think he's shut this thing down entirely. Vultures get into the 4th base, kill some drones. No, he didn't burrow. Didn't burrow in time over there. Goodbye all the siege tanks, though. 66 workers for the Terran. This base is entirely undefended. A small group of +2 Hydras wanders over. Shuts this thing down immediately. Vultures get in, killing more. I guess maybe there are scans. Maybe it was just a scan situation. Maybe they burrowed, but they could not hide from the ComSat. Oh, this base is totally fine. Totally fine. Where are my queens? The queens have to be hiding, don't they? Usually queens are hiding somewhere. Those are overlords hiding somewhere. Those are mutas hiding somewhere. All of the queens? Where the heck are they? I don't know. Like, he didn't cancel them or anything, did he? Use the money for mutas instead. It's kind of working as the 3rd or 4th base gets killed by pure Mutalisk. With +2 Carapace, they are willing to engage with these Goliaths in these numbers. It is a full 12 mutas, probably more than that, chasing these Goliaths down. They've got +3 attack. They got +1 armor. But the mutas with the Carapace upgrade just are not afraid anymore. No, but seriously, you saw those queens coming in, right? Where are they? That production tab had queens in it. Are they hiding, like, under these overlords? No. I'm going to rewind this replay and figure that out. It is the great mystery of where did those queens go? Maybe they all got killed somehow, tragically. Ah, this is bad for Soulkey. Or, for Speed. Soulkey's doing great. Knocks the Terran down to 3 bases. Turrets, one's volleying down siege tanks here. Mutaflock injured and reduced. But hey, this 4th base is dead. The Zerg players got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base. Rocking with at 58 total workers. Why are there random mutas just hovering places? Now he's firing up 10 queens. Did he cancel those queens? And now he's getting spawn brutaling. I think maybe he figured he would have it. He was hoping he'd have it in time for that attack, and then he didn't. So I think he canceled those queens. And then I think he didn't worry about spawn brutaling until he could deal with the immediate threat with pure Mutalisk. And he did. What a monster. Dude, Soulkey. So yeah, so now the queens are up here. They're not going to have nearly enough energy for a spawn brutaling when that upgrade finishes now. But there was a time when they would have been, and I think they just never got produced. I think they're here now. Huh. Speed's making another command center to try to get his 4th base rolling up this right side. He's still at 150 supply of mech. Still got that +3 attack, working on a +2 armor. A couple drones have died here today, but 66 at 18 minutes is fine from Soulkey. He has no complaints about this one whatsoever. I do love a good mech game, though. It mixes up the TVZ quite a bit. Oh, the Hiders just wander into the 3rd. You're going to move out with everything. What if I kill the SCV building this 4th command center? What if I hear a siege tank sieging up? What if I take down your 4th command center with the power of +3 Hydras? And he gets it. And the engagement over here. High ground belongs to the Zerg. Mutas. Whoa. Spawn brutaling is done. These queens do not have energy for spawn brutaling yet. 100% not. Got that +2 armor upgrade, a little bit tankier now than they were for the tanks and for the Vultures and the Goliaths. We're back at this high ground position. 150 supply of mech, 140 supply of mutas and hydras, and queens. This is really dangerous all of a sudden. For Soulkey, good positioning here, good upgrades here. Hydras coming back to pick up reinforcements as they did the last time we were in this position. Throwing up additional Sunken to save this base. I don't know if that's enough. All right, sniping out a bunch of drones up here at the 4th base. Every drone at this base dies. It's only 57 drones remaining. Hydras trying to deal with high ground siege tanks. Not ideal. Yeah, +3, +2 siege tanks wreaking havoc. Where are the queens at? Where is the energy for the queens at? It should be getting close. There it is. Spawn Broodling takes down one of the queens. Another spawn, another spawn. All the tanks are gone, and now the Hydras are willing to engage, even from a low ground perspective. Now they're willing to come up and deal with these Hydras with a friendly Goliaths. Are not enough. Not enough to save it. What an engagement there. Finally, queen tech happens. These guys have enough energy to do stuff. These guys don't. So they're going to come down to this 4th base and say, there's a tank to spawn Broodling. There's a tank over here to spawn Broodling. There's a tank there. That might be it. Oh, hang on. 2 more tanks being produced. So if we want to spawn Broodling, every tank that exists. Ooh, this left side one from Speed coming in too. All right. This is good. Speed trying to get his economy up there, but okay, that's a dead queen. That's a dead queen for 1 tank. That's another dead queen for 1 tank. That's another dead queen for just 1 tank. Horrible queen control there by Soulkey. Oh, he wanted to do way more than get 1 tank down. Hydra's crushing through the Goliaths, attacking the tanks directly. Sieging up, getting their pound of flesh, though. Every Hydra, I think, in the situation is going to die, especially with this guy. 6 kills. Yeah, Hydra count getting whittled down. It's a bit of a stalemate there. And hey, when you're on the defensive, a stalemate is a fine place to be. You accept it. That said, 84 supply remaining from Speed. Dude's 3rd base is rocking. 4th base is rocking. Not trying to expand down this way. The Scourge are keeping an eye on that one. More queens in production. Queen Hydralisk seems to be the more favored way to deal with mech from a Zerg perspective. I don't know, over the last few years. I think that's fair to say. Vultures on another run by. These drones aren't even bothering to burrow because they know the scans exist. So why bother? But hey, a couple drones die again. Spawn Broodling, got him. And the queen lives? No! Queens are dying at an alarming rate here. Crazy alarming rate. What a scrap fest this is at this 4th base. But more Hydras. I'm assuming there are some tanks involved there. Sure. Down into the 3rd base. This command center is going to die. Infest the command center, Soulkey. You know you want to infest the command center. Come on. Come on. Infest the command center. You've got queens out on the map. He doesn't. Speed taps out. The attack into the 3rd base is too intense for him. The 4th base cannot be defended either. He's at 96 total supply. He just can't stand against so many Hydras, so many queens. He did a good job. He did a good job picking off several of those queens today. That's awesome. But look at how many remain. I mean, wow. That is a lot. That is a lot of stuff. All right. So that is a GG there from Soulkey. Gets the win. I think Speed did pretty well today, though. Right? Good tanks, good Goliaths. Just protecting this 4th base a little bit better. And then not getting wiped out here with Mutalisks first and then Queens and Hydralisks the 2nd time. Good job. You know, just sniping drones here. 56 drones on 6 bases is not quite what Soulkey has intended here. He has a 192 mineral bank, Mr. Soulkey. But yeah, again, mech on Ascension. What is up with that? So good job by Soulkey. And hit that like button if you enjoyed yourself. That was a lot of fun. 194,000 points, 186,000 points in favor of Soulkey, outproducing the Terran, getting outkilled by the Terran. Numbers fairly normal there. 16 to 8 buildings raised in favor of Soulkey, which is interesting. And then an outspend by about 11,000 resources or less, maybe 10,000 something in 22 minutes will get it done. All right, that was excellent. That was a really good showing there from our guy Soulkey. No real surprise, mind you. Nobody's surprised by this. Nobody's like, Soulkey won? What? But it was fun to see him use queens, and it was fun to see the mech attempt from Speed. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's remastered. I should stop saying that because it's been remastered for like 10 years now. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting, and you take care of yourself.